All right, everyone, thank you. We're live downtown St. Louis across from the police headquarters, Olive and 20th Street. Organizers announced beforehand today is going to be a rally for justice. They're going to march to an undisclosed location and be highlighting some of the wins of the movement over the last month, over the last 30 days, since the Stockley not guilty verdict came out. And in case you're not aware, I am multi-streaming on these platforms you see right here: YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Ustream, and on the website RebZ.tv /live.
See the paw print on it? Oh, I saw a picture, yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. Who's Street Harley Street? You? Perfect. As long as she gets... Hey, what's up? Good lighting, great.
If you have a sign, can you put it up? My pocket.
So in front of us here, that's the SLMPD headquarters on 20th and Olive. Again, protesters meeting here today at 3 o'clock. One of the organizers said before I went live today is they're calling it a rally for justice. They're going to be highlighting some of the wins of the movement so far, some of the progress made. Protesters are getting ready to march to an undisclosed location right now.
I believe that we will win.
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 Yeah. Say
They know that we will win.
They know that we will win.
They know that we will win. They know that we will win. They know that we will win. They know that we will win.
They know that we will win.
They know that we will win.
They know that we will win.
They know that we will win.
We 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 know that we will win. I know that we will win.
I know that we will win.
I know that we will win.
I know that we will win.
I know that we will win.
I know that we will win.
I know that we will win. I know that we will win. I know that we will win.
Blah, 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 blah. Hey!
Hey, damn kids, get off my lawn. That's what he said.
Join them. The understanding is good and evil does not coexist. Amen. I said it again. Good and evil does not coexist. Amen. That we have righteous anger. Yes. So what we doing is good. Y'all ready? Yes. Are y'all ready? Yes, sir. Yeah. Are y'all ready? Yeah. Are y'all ready? Yeah. Are y'all ready? Yeah. Are y'all ready? Yeah. Are y'all ready?
streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
John Crawford.
Isaiah Abbott.
And the kills.
Patrick Harmon.
His name is 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 Patrick Harmon.
And you killed him.
You killed him. His name is Anthony Lamar Smith. 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 His name is Mike Brown. His name is Mike Brown. Her name is Kimberly King. Her name is Kimberly King.
Her name is Kiwi Herring.
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 His name is Kajami Paul.
His name is Kajami Paul.
His name was 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 Kajami Paul.
And you killed them.
And you killed them. Killed all of them. All lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. It's all right.
I got what you were saying.
All right, we got to compromise. All Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Said all Black lives matter. Black lives matter. All Black lives matter. Black lives matter. All Black lives matter. Black lives matter.
Get married to justice. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No racism.
Police.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
Police.
No racist.
Police.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
Police.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
Police.
No racist.
Police.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
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 we don't get it.
Shut it down.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
we shut shit down.
We shut shit down. We shut shit down. We shut shit down. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets.
shut shit down. We 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 shut shit down. Our streets. 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 No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No racist. Police. No racist. Police. No racist. Police. No racist. Police. No justice. No peace.
Police diverting traffic.
No peace.
The block's radius from the march right now.
No peace. No justice. No peace. No racist. Police. No racist. Police. No racist. Police. No racist. Police. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No peace. No justice. No peace. No racist. Police. No racist. Police. No racist. Police. No racist. Police. If we don't get it, shut it down. 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 I said if we don't get it, shut it.
So protesters encircling the entire intersection at Tucker and Olive here.
Shut it down. We shut it down. Who shut it down? We shut it down. Who shut it down? We shut it down. Whose streets? Our streets. 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 Who shut it down? We shut it down. 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 Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. We shut it down. We shut it down. We shut it down. We shut it down. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. We shut it down. We shut it down. We shut it down. We shut it down. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. Hey-oh. Mic check. 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 Mic check.
Today we want to make something real. So I know a lot of us have been seeing a video talking about hashtags and names. So today we want to make something real. A lot of us share videos, share hashtags, tweet stuff, but it's real lives that are affected. That's right. So today we have the family of Patrick Harmon here. Can everybody please? Yeah. Give her that hand. Yeah. We have his sister here. She wants, allow her to say some brief words so you can bring this home. This is not just a hashtag. This is a human body. This is a black body. This is a person that had family who loved them. Here you go, sister. Just talk it up. You good. Just go.
My name is Antoinette Harmon, and my voice is for my brother Patrick Harmon. He was not killed here. He was killed in Salt Lake City Police. The Salt Lake City Police shot my brother down August 13, 2017 at 10:30 p.m. His camcorder release was just...
You gotta be loud.
They just released the camcorder footage 2 weeks ago. It was wrong. They were saying my brother had a knife, he had a gun. It's a lie. The police killed my brother in cold blood. And I want to thank all Black Lives Matter all around the world for representing us. And I want to thank you for your love and support for the Harmon family and each and every individual that's been killed by these police. Who the hell the police think they are? They are not the law. They are not the law and the jury and the executioner. They need to stay in their goddamn place or put those goddamn guns down.
Damn right.
Everybody have family and we love our goddamn people.
Put them down, baby.
So we have to make sure that people know why we march. All of you came out here this afternoon to stand, whether it's solidarity, whether it's your family, you came out here. So we need you to take something back with you. Even the spectators, take this back with you. These are lives that are being taken by the people that say they protect and serve. We want them to protect and serve, not control and purge black folks.
Right. Okay.
The Harmon family would like to be somewhere else right now. They would like to be able to celebrate their family member, but the police decided not so. So because the police decided not so, we say not so. We won't give you any peace. We won't give you any peace. And we're going to make this resonate all the way to those that actually committed the crime. But St. Louis will feel it too. So do we stand with this family?
Yes.
Do we stand with this family?
Yes.
And let us say one thing. We will support however we can, as much as we can. We will call his name. We will share the story. We need you to share the story. We need you to help us help. Because this is the thing. When you stand up, we stand up. When we stand up, others stand up. When others stand up, this world has to change. We are one. We are one. Say, we are one.
We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
It's not families and then protesters and then this person and that. We are one. And let me say this. We're not Black Lives Matter, but it's okay. So we got to clarify that. We just got to clarify that. We're not Black Lives Matter.
I want to thank
It's okay. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, well, we just want to make sure that in the media that it doesn't go out as Black Lives Matter, because people will start donating to Black Lives Matter, and it has nothing to do with us. So don't donate to Black Lives Matter on our behalf or on Antoinette Harmon's behalf. Now, did you have anything? Okay, all right. At this time, we're going to move on to our next.
This motherfucking street.
This side?
Time to hit these streets.
So one side.
Yeah, we're taking
One side. We're taking the opposite side. So we're taking this side to the left. Let's lock on. Let's lock
rock them up. Let's rock up.
We're in Europe today. Yeah, lock up and mobilize.
And when we have a moment, if you will offer a kind word to the family, every bit of support counts. I couldn't imagine that was my family member. So every bit of support counts. Even if you just look at it with a smile and you have nothing to say. Let them know you love them. We love people. We just love people. We just love people. So let them know you love them.
Tucker, Olive Street, arms attached to each other in the front. Again, looks like as if we're marching down this street now. That was pretty emotional.
So if you're just joining us today, thank you. Welcome to St. Louis downtown here. Olive and Tucker. Protesters met at police headquarters today at about 3. One of the organizers called today a rally for justice, highlighting some of the wins of the movement. During the march, they've named a lot of names of people shot by police. We don't know where we're marching until we arrive, but thanks for joining along.
Are we ready? Yeah! Are we ready? Yeah! Say his name!
Patrick Harmon!
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 Say his name!
Patrick Harmon! Patrick Harmon!
No justice!
No peace!
No racist!
Police!
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 No justice!
No peace! Police! 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 No peace! Police!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our
will win.
I believe that we gonna win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we gonna win.
I believe that we will win.
I know that we will win.
I know that we will win.
I know that we will win.
I
believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. United will never be divided. The people 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 united will never be divided.
United.
Made it to Tucker and Market. We've got City Hall behind us over here, courthouse right next to us. So this is actually the site of day one, protest one, for Anthony Lamar Smith after Jason Stockley was announced that he was not guilty. Market and Tucker. Protesters were out here all day long and into the night. And now we're on day 30.
Justice for the people. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. The people wanna know who we are. So we tell them. We are the people. That's right. The mighty, mighty people. Fighting for justice. Justice for the people. 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 If we don't get it, shut it down. 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 I said if we don't get it, shut it down. I said if we don't get it, shut it down. 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 We 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 shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. We shut it down. We shut it down. We shut it down. We shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. I said if we don't get it, shut it down.
by that yellow line that's in the middle, and everybody stand side by side for us.
One long line.
We just need one long line facing forward.
One super long.
That's super long.
Oh.
Hey, look at all our streets we got. Look at all our streets. Look at all our streets. Yeah. Hey, these look like our streets. Whose streets? 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 Our streets.
Mic check. Mic check.
Show ass. Mic check. You know that talking shit. Kick rock! Kick rock! Mic check! Don't play no kick! Don't play no kick! Mic check! Mic check! Mark! Mark! You don't call response! Don't play no mind! He ain't even work! Y'all ready? I say y'all ready?
So organizers had all the protesters line up in the middle of the street on the yellow line, taking up the whole block in front of the courthouse.
We are here to agitate. Agitate. We will not be distracted. I said we will not be distracted. Is everybody looking for freedom? Yes. I said, is everybody looking for freedom? Yes. If you want freedom right now, take 5 steps forward. I said, if you want freedom, take 5 steps forward. If you want justice, take 5 steps forward. I said, if you want justice, take 5 steps forward. We ain't going back. Now we are here at the doorsteps of injustice. This is the same courthouse that denies black people every day. That denies poor people every day for their rights. Is that right? Yes. I said, is this right?
No.
No. No. And we will continue to stand up.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
We will continue to organize.
Yes.
We will continue to agitate.
Yes.
We continue to mobilize.
Yes.
We continue to disrupt.
Yes.
We continue to disturb.
Yes.
And we will never take a step back.
Yes.
I said we will never take a step back.
Yes.
We will only turn left or turn right, but we will never take a step back.
That's right.
Now we are here. We are pissed off. What'd you say?
I said, fuck yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
That's righteous anger right there. We tired. But they way more tired than we are. I said it. Now they think that this is going to be over. It's not. It's not. Is it going to be over? No! So if they tell us to go home tomorrow, what y'all going to do?
Come back out.
What about next week?
Come back out.
What about when it's Thanksgiving time?
Come back out.
What about Christmas time?
Come back out.
What about if it's a bar mitzvah going on?
Come back out.
Okay. Because we want what?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Okay, this is called 2 steps forward. We would like everybody to answer it honestly. If it does not apply to you, then stay where you're at. Take 2 steps forward if you have ever seen someone die by a gun.
Organizers asking people who have seen somebody die by a gun to take 2 steps forward.
2 steps forward if you have lost a family member to gun violence.
A lot of people taking 2 steps forward from that
If
one.
you did not hear me, I said take 2 steps forward if you have lost a family member from gun violence. Take 2 steps forward if you have ever witnessed a cop plant a gun or drugs on someone. Take 2 steps forward if you have ever witnessed a cop plant a gun or drugs on
Asking people to take 2 steps forward if they've ever witnessed a cop plant a gun or drugs on someone.
Take 2 gigantic steps if you have ever feared for your life because of the color of your skin. And last but not least, take 3 gigantic steps if you have ever feared being pulled over by police on a regular basis. 3 steps forward if you have feared being pulled over by police on a regular basis. Now everybody that steps forward, I would like you guys just to turn around. And I want everybody to realize what type of privilege that everyone specifically has and where everybody is in life and has been. So this is something that we need to embrace, because as you can see, a lot of people haven't took a step off the sidewalk, and there's nothing wrong with it, because you guys are out here, so you guys are starting to realize. And we're making a difference.
We're making a change.
So right now we can take 3 minutes of silence and reflect.
Reflect on why you out here. Reflect on what's keeping you out here. Reflect on the experiences that these people that are all the way up here must be going through on a daily basis, on why we continue to be out here, why it's necessary for us to continue to be out here, why it's necessary to have those hard conversations with our family members who just swear that they don't understand, and why it's even more important to start bringing people out here, right, to experience what's going on out here, right? So let's take time to reflect and really internalize what is going on and what all of this just meant. So 3 minutes.
Protesters taking 3 minutes silence right now. Just now they had protesters line up in front of the courthouse here and asked a series of questions, and if you answered yes, take 2 steps forward. One of them being, have you ever had someone taken away from you and your family by police? Some people step forward. Have you ever seen an officer plant guns or drugs or anything on someone? A lot of people step forward on that. You ever fear for your life, for the color of your skin? A lot more people step forward on that one. reminder, if you are new to the channel, I am multi-streaming this 5 different locations here: YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, and Ustream. Also on RebZ.tv, the website, RebZ.tv/live. We're able to keep bringing you these quality streams through your support, so you can see the RebZ.tv donate, go to our website, and if you want to, we're able to help out the team. That's where you can find it.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support each other.
We must love and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support each other.
We must love and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
I say. I say. I say.
I say.
I say.
I say.
I say.
I say.
I say.
I say.
I say.
I say.
I say. I say.
I say. I say. I say.
Oh, that way.
Which way?
That way.
Alright, so new viewers, join us. Thank you. Here in St. Louis, day 30 of the Stockley protests. Today, protesters met downtown by the police headquarters, Olive and 20th. Declaring today a rally for justice. We marched down to the courthouse, had some speak outs and some exercises. People raising their hands that they're out here for their first protest.
me to the revolution.
Well, that's it.
So I know we were a little quiet on the way here. And I know it's not that many of us. But I know every last one of you have a voice so loud. Yeah. Because I know you're at home sometimes yelling at the kids, "Wash the dishes! Give me the remote!" We need those voices going back. Like, extra loud. So when we say, "Whose streets?"
Our streets.
No. Sounds like you're not too sure about it. Whose streets?
Our streets! 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 Shut it down! 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 We shut shit 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 down! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back!
I kind of went all the way up, but it did time and edge eventually.
Yeah, I was on the, how did we break up
like,
Everybody stop. When we do start marching, we're pacing ourselves. We're walking slow and chanting loud. United we stand.
Divided we fall.
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 They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! These killer cops have got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Send those killer cops to jail. And the whole damn system is guilty as hell. I said indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. I said indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. 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 The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Who do you serve?
everybody. And let's slow down a little bit further. Slow it down. Everybody slow down. All right, I need everybody to be as loud as you can. Tell them you're the man. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Tell them you're the man. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Tell them I'm the man. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Tell them you're the man. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Tell them I'm the man. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Tell them you're the man. Y'all gonna stop killing us. 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 They think it's a game. They think it's a joke. And they think it's a game. They think it's a joke. They think it's a joke. They think it's a joke. Y'all gonna stop killing us. 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 They think it's a joke. 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 United will never be divided. The people 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 united will never be divided. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. So we are on Washington. We need to be as loud as we can. The police protect buildings. The police protect buildings. Not civilians. 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 Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect?
What is that even supposed to mean? This guy yelling white power right here. That guy on the left there yelling white power. Nice.
Makes you complicit.
They think it's a joke. No peace.
You're guilty as hell.
No peace.
So we're at Tucker in Washington. They're actually at the bar. The racist dude right there at the bar is actually where we were rounded up, right there on the sidewalk in the first kettle when they beat and maced everybody and arrested everybody, protesters, journalists, people in the neighborhood, maced us all, beat us all right over here. That happens to be where that racist asshole was, right there. So this is what was being dubbed Kettle Corner Tucker and Washington right here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Whole street! Our streets! 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 You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution!
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
That's fine. I don't even care about racism. So look, I'm gonna tell y'all like I do it. So we always gonna encounter racist people, right? It's just how America is, right? So I always get to them in 3 questions. First question, does racism exist? Yes! And we can continue the conversation. If you say no, I don't believe in unicorns either, I move on. I got work. Then I say 2, if you believe racism exists, what are you doing about it? You stand up, you say march, protest, you say I give to black organizations, I do this, I do that. And so that's the second question. If you don't have an answer for number 2, then I point you in the 3rd direction. Are you willing to work with others who are trying to end racism in your lifetime? And so that's a key. I'm going to say it again. Are you working with others who are fighting to end racism in your lifetime? Yes. Then that means that we fight together. Because that's how we go about this. I don't have to waste my time with the racists across the street. Right? If I'm having a conversation with my friend, right? If they're a white person, I'm having a conversation with my white friend and I'm trying to convince them to come on the side of good, to protest and march with me. If they answer 3 with I don't know about that, then they're not ready. Because we've had too much what I call pharmaceutical organizing. Can everybody say that? Say pharmaceutical.
Pharmaceutical.
Organizing.
Organizing.
That means somebody gives you a little piece of a pill, a little piece of organizing and tell you come back next month, I got some more for you. So they hook at you. They're not fighting to end racism in their lifetime. They're just fighting to play. They're just playing out there. Do we want to end racism in our lifetime?
Yes!
So right now, we're here at a place where racism thought that they could intimidate us. This is Washington Avenue, people. We're in the same place where the racist police took that famous picture.
Yep.
When Chief Racist O'Toole, the person who was on the scene of Anthony Lamar Smith killing, when he went up and on the podium and said, we own the streets tonight. And the police took that picture in front of a sign.
Take a picture.
So look.
Look like our streets today.
Look like our streets today.
Look like our streets today. Look like our streets today.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Our streets. Everybody get ready for this picture. We're taking a picture just like the police, so look real tough and let's smile.
Do you know about the police picture?
Good famous here, y'all. Get everybody behind the banner.
Police chief O'Toole is his name.
This not a selfie, this is us.
Our streets, meaning the police department streets, took a picture.
Well, the CDC, which is the civilian, I forget what it stands for, basically Rossomano's squad of dealing with protests, all lined up and took a picture in front of this sign that you're seeing protesters taking selfies with right now. So this is kind of revenge for the protesters from that first kettling after they beat, arrested, and maced us all for no reason.
Yeah. So the police department that's supposedly there to protect citizens basically took a picture threatening citizens, saying this is our streets. Protesters now have taken that same sign.
Whose street? Our street. 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 Yeah, we're about to leave.
All right. Say, I know that we go win.
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 Hey, I believe that we go win.
I believe that we go win.
Hey, I believe that we go win.
I believe that we go win.
Say, I know that we go win.
I know that we go win.
Say, I know that we go win.
I know that we go win.
Say, I believe that we go win.
I believe that we go win.
Say, I believe that we go win.
I believe that we go win.
Say, I know
that we will win. I know that we will win. I know that we will win. I know that we will win. I know that we will win. I know that we will win. I know that we will win.
So again, for new viewers, protesters marched here to Tucker in Washington. This was Kettle Corner. In fact, the bar where the racist gentleman was at yelling is the corner where my group and most of the people were put down, maced while we're sitting down, beaten and arrested on that first kettling. Again, that happened many hours after police had already assaulted and arrested the people who were out breaking windows. So they because of some broken windows, they wanted to send a message and beat, mace, and basically torture people that whole night and mock people who had nothing to do with that whatsoever, including journalists, people who lived around here, people who were just getting something to eat. I spent jail that night with the one of the stage crew of U2. U2 was in town. Remember, the concert got canceled that evening. And so he was just down the block here getting something to eat. He came out the door and the police pushed him into the kettle. The 5 other people that he was with stayed in the restaurant and were fine. A lot of stories like that from that night. And we're actually marching down Washington right now. Coming up from this way was the last wave of riot cops that night. When we saw the line of riot cops coming that night and we realized we were encircled on 4 sides, people started panicking. People had no idea what was going on. Of course, some of us knew what was probably about to happen. We didn't think it was going to go down like it did, but nonetheless. You can go to RebZ.tv, and one of the posts in there from that time was my HD video from the last 8 minutes, where you can see see the panic of what was happening before the macing and arrest, and then of course you can watch my live stream from that night to see the actual macing, beating, and arresting of people before my live stream went down. So RebZ.tv, you can find those old posts.
All we need is unity to fix our community. All we need is unity to fix our community. All we need is unity to fix our community. All we need is unity to fix our community. All we need is unity to fix our community. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. They think it's a joke. 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 Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand
That guy singing?
I don't know if the mic picked it up, possibly.
Well, you heard it.
Oh, so that's what I'm thinking I did, but...
I just couldn't believe my ears.
No, I was like... Yep.
Yeah, it's tweeted it out.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. They think it's a joke. 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 This ain't no 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 joke.
United we stand.
Divided we fall.
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 They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke. Yeah!
We outside. We outside.
We outside.
Who outside?
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 We outside.
Every
What was that thrown?
They threw an egg out the window.
Is that what it...
An egg. Yep.
Apparently, somebody in this building threw an egg. I heard it. I was by it. It just hit the ground, right? So we're approaching Washington and 18th Street at the moment. So if you're just joining us, protesters gathered around 3 o'clock. One of the organizers said today is a rally for justice. So they marched initially to the courthouse, did some speak outs and exercises highlighting racism and certain privileges certain people have out here and don't. And then protesters marched. They said they were marching back where they came from. They took a different route. We ended up stopping at Washington and Tucker, the infamous now Kettle Corner, where the first kettling here in St. Louis. It's weird I have to say that by calling it the first one in the last month. But that's the one where they surrounded everybody, beat, maced, arrested, tortured us in jail, all trying to make it look like law and order because people had broken windows earlier in the night. They had already arrested everyone and shot at everyone that had broken the windows 3 hours earlier. They were just trying to make a PR statement, not realizing the cameras that would be going live in there and the stories that would be told afterwards. So protesters at Kettle Corner, they brought a barricade that had a certain sign on it, and it was very symbolic because after that kettling, the CDC squad, the goon squad of SLMPD, the ones who are come out with the tactics to brutalize protesters, trained by 0311 Tactical, took a picture in front of that barricade. So protesters took the barricade in the street and all took selfies with that picture. It's kind of a fuck you to the police that took that picture, and a bigger fuck you to all the police that were there that night, including those of you who didn't mace us, those who stood by and didn't say anything while your friends were smoking cigars, taunting us, and doing what they did to us that night. You're just as complicit until the day that you speak out publicly. There are no good cops when your entire department is corrupt and bad. So even the good guys right now, you're not good until you speak up or you put your uniform down.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! No justice! No profits! No justice! No profits! 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 Say what? Say what? What?
Fist up.
You ready? When you know that this shit is crazy, but you're still out here. When you know that you can get your ass beat locked up and you're still out here. When you know that standing up for Black lives, I mean, you might lose your friends, your family members, and everything that you thought that, you know what I'm saying, had your back at first, but you're still out here standing with us. We appreciate y'all. This ain't Black lives. We appreciate y'all a whole lot, more than y'all think that y'all do. I'm sorry. All right. All right now.
Let's do this shit. Fist up, keep the fist up.
United we fall.
United we stand.
Divided 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 we fall.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke. They think it's a joke.
Y'all gonna stop killing us.
Y'all gonna stop killing us. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Y'all gonna stop killing us. They think it's a joke. 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 This ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Fight back. Fight back.
So protesters making their way back to the police headquarters you see in front of us here, which is where today's rally and march began. Day 30 of the Jason Stockley protest. which of course are larger than just the Jason Stockley case. Just like Ferguson was larger than just the Mike Brown case, it was just what sparked the current powder keg, the current movement, reinvigorated here in St. Louis. But the roots of these things go way back, over 150 years back. In fact, you can check out RebZ.tv right now. We've got a great article on there. Why St. Louis is ground zero for protesting police brutality and systemic racism. It's a fantastic article by our writer, Pandemonium. Please go check it out.
They think it's a joke. This ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. Our streets. Our streets.
And of course, we bring you our stories, our website's completely ad-free, as well as my live stream completely ad-free. It's reliant on donations from viewers like you. So if you've been wanting to help out the RebZ.tv or myself for quite some time now, now's your chance. We're even taking monthly subscriptions at this point for as little as $1, $3, or however much you want a month. You can become part of the team and help us sustain this into the future as long as we need to cover St. Louis and then beyond.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what a family 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 looks like. This is what community looks like. I think I better go. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what democracy 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 looks like. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. We shut it down. We shut it down. We shut it down. We shut it down. We in control. We in control. We in control. We in control. We outside. We outside. We outside. We outside. Divided we fall. Divided we fall. Divided we fall. Divided we fall. Can't take it no more. 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 We outside. 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 Clap, 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 clap.
Go ahead, Elbow. Right here.
All right, mic check, mic check. I think that right now we should pay at least 3 minutes of homage to the reason why we out here. All the deaths and the voices that can no longer be, that we're speaking up for. So for 3 minutes, I want everybody to take the time to yell out somebody's name who have either died by violence in the streets or through police brutality, through this crooked ass power of a system. You can even call out names of people who are in the prison. Y'all already know that pipeline of prison. Y'all know what they do. Call out the name.
Reggie Clements. Trayvon. Mike Burke.
Antonio Martin.
Marcel Hammond.
George King.
Glenn Castillo.
Sir Pitt. Low age. Free new 20 street world for Terry.
Sandra Bland.
Yeah, my guys in the
Sandra Bland. Patrick Harmon.
Sandra Bland.
Sean Bell.
Walter Scott.
Tanisha Anderson.
Kimberly King.
Patrick Harmon.
Patrick Harmon.
Patrick Harmon.
Ezel Ford.
Darren Fields. Andrew Joseph Jr.
Jordan Davis. Oscar Grant.
Isaac Holmes. Von Derek Myers. Harry Ball Jr.
Gary Ball Jr.
Patrick Harmon.
Eric Gardner.
Carroll.
Tanisha Anderson. Freddie Gray.
Darius Williams.
Walter Scott. Isaac Holmes. Emmett Till.
Emmett Till.
Kareem Gaines.
Amadou Lalo.
All right.
Sean Bell.
Ashe. Oscar Grant. Sean Bell.
John Crawford.
Reggie Clements.
Isaiah Hammond.
Ricky James.
So it's beautiful that you keep calling out names, but it's also really, really sad and disappointing and it's disgusting that we can continue to call out names of people that have been murdered by police.
Say that.
We can keep going and going and going and going, and we would still be in 2017.
No, we could probably go to 18 with them. Marion Robinson.
No, I mean just the 2017 names.
Woo! Yes, right. Never lied.
Just a few things, a couple announcements. tomorrow is a self-care day. It's a self-care day because we cannot fight effectively if we're tired and worn out and beat up. Go get rejuvenated. Get something that you need tomorrow because we need you to come back out. So go get that. Tomorrow there is a self-care social at the Luminary, on Cherokee at 3 o'clock. You are welcome to attend. There is also a legal observer training at the same time put on by the ACLU. They're trying to get more people to help. As you see, we need help. We need help. And we also want to see more black bodies out as legal observers. We need to see them. So if you know somebody that may want to step into this role, 3 o'clock tomorrow, put on by the ACLU. Look it up on Facebook. I don't know the exact.
We'll share it on our Expect Us.
It's shared on our Expect Us page. We will share it on the Expect Us page on Facebook. Expect Us. Look that up. Like it. Share it. And that's where you'll get the information from.
Everybody but the police.
Yes. That's the only place that the information is. So I'm glad Cheyenne brought that up. So yesterday, someone put out a fake meme. They took our usual meme and they put it out on Twitter. They changed the location to Keener Plaza when it was at Ferguson Police Department. Confused some people. If you ever have a question, look on our page just to make sure. They are trying to infiltrate us. They're trying to trip us up. They're trying to get in the middle. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. We know that they have unleashed COINTELPRO 2.0 on us, even though they started that 3 years ago. But let's just say they say they're doing it now. So we need to. Yes, look it up on your self-care day if you're unfamiliar. But we need your support as they come for us.
We have a mass meeting on
Monday, there is a mass meeting. Urban League on West Florissant, the new Urban League, from 6 to 8 p.m. We need everybody there. It's a mass meeting. It's for everybody. Bring your ideas. Bring your ideas. This is not, we keep saying it, but let's make it clear again. This is not about the organizers. We are all leaders. We all affect this movement. It's not a movement without all of us. It's not just actions that we want to put on. So we need you. So come with your ideas on Monday. On Monday.
Monday.
On Monday.
On Monday.
Come to the Urban League.
Come to the Urban League.
With ideas.
With ideas.
So when you come with an idea, work it out. Work it through. Think about it. Organize it in your head. Talk to your people. Get it together. And then we'll put everything together. We're going to support each other. So if you have an idea, that's us having an idea. If we have an idea, that's your idea. We are one, right?
Yes.
I don't believe you, and so maybe you don't believe me. We are one, right?
Yes.
I don't care what color you are. I don't care how old you are or are not. I don't care how fast you can walk. We don't care how many kids you bring out. We are all one. Right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So far, that's what we have. Make sure you watch that Expect Us page for more information.
Close it out.
Okay, everybody. Before we end our action, make sure tomorrow on your self-care day, you relax. You can possibly bring an ideal to the table, spend it with your family. You can go to either one of the things that are going on tomorrow. Like I said, we will put it on our Expect Us page tonight. If you guys have any questions, I just want to make it very clear, like Pastor Corey said. Everything that we are organizing that you see out here since the verdict dropped is on our Expect Us page only. Say expect us.
Expect us.
When I say expect, y'all say us. Expect
us.
Expect
us.
Expect
us.
Expect
us.
Expect
us.
Expect
us.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
And one more thing. When we're out here saying this is a Black Lives Matter movement, say Black Lives Matter movement.
Black Lives Matter movement.
Let me say that again because we're not an organization. Black Lives Matter movement.
Black Lives Matter movement.
Thank you guys for coming out. Please come to the mass meeting on Monday, Urban League on West Florissant at 6 p.m. Follow our Expect Us for the actual flyer. Thanks everybody for coming out.
So for people new to the channel, remember I am multi-streaming on 5 different platforms right now. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Ustream, Periscope, and on the webpage RebZ.tv. Just go to the /live or hit live in the top menu of the RebZ.tv page. Make sure you check out the page. That way you can see our new articles we're putting out. We got a fabulous writer, Pandemonium, doing some fantastic work on 0311 Tactical. We've just started unleashing on them. Also, another piece the other day about why St. Louis is ground zero for protesting police brutality and systemic racism. Go check it out on the website at up in the right-hand corner, RebZ.tv. And at the bottom of the screen there, that's RebZ.tv/donate. You can help me keep streaming, help me grow the website. Eventually we're going to bring in more, if we can get more live streamers in the channel, more writers into the channel. We're going to need money for servers, upgrades, equipment to get into the hands of these people. We also want to start a collection of like battery packs and cables and things and monopods that we can give to other citizen journalists and live streamers that need some assistance here in St. Louis or whatever town I end up being at next. Which is kind of hard to think of right now because at this point I feel like I'm going to be in St. Louis for the next year, which is just fine with me. It's a second home to me, so I'll be here as long as I need to be or keep coming back if I need to step away for any reason at all. So yeah, go to the website. If you wanted to help me out for a long time or help us grow this new team, go to RebZ.tv /donate. You can do one-time donations or even now be a monthly contributor through PayPal. $1, $3, $5, $20 a month, whatever you want to do to help us out. Daruba, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. So make sure you check out the website. Donate now or whenever you can if you want to. That helps out. Even $5 helps me get a meal for a day. So and there's no amount that's too small. Right now our data costs alone are approaching the $400 a month. So it's not cheap to stay out here and build a website and try to keep this team growing, so any help is appreciated. We keep it ad-free 100% on the website and the live streams. We put it on multiple channels, all to make it easy for the viewer and reader, and we do that solely, the only way we can do that is through donations. So we appreciate everybody who's contributed so far throughout the years and since I've started RebZ.tv this last month and a half or so. And also want to give a shout out to all my moderators and admins on the Facebook page, YouTube channels. You guys do a lot of hard work, you get a lot of flack, you see a lot of disgusting things, and we all appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you don't already, if you do have a Twitter account, follow me on Twitter. Definitely recommended for up-to-date news and when things are going down. It's the first place you're usually going to see it, so that's why I love Twitter. That's why I recommend you follow me there. You can see my Periscope feed right there on the Twitter page. So again, today about 3 o'clock, protesters met around here at 20th and Olive at police headquarters, SLMPD headquarters. Marched to the courthouse, did some speak-outs and exercises, highlighting various levels of privilege some of the people within the protest have, and just be aware of where they're at with that. And then protesters said they were going to march back this way. They actually didn't right away. They marched to Tucker and Washington, the site of Kettle Corner, the first kettling where they beat, maced, and arrested myself, other journalists, some protesters that were remaining, and then a lot of people just in the area that lived there were going out to eat. Police claimed they owned the night that night and then backtracked a couple days later when he stood up with the mayor saying they were doing an investigation because they realized they fucked up. And here's the man right here. Dante, what's up today, man?
Damn,
how'd today go?
He's gonna give me away like that. I was trying to be in
I was
the
like,
sky.
yeah, right.
I thought I was in the sky, man.
Everybody knows you, man.
Let me see. Well, fuck it. Since he gave my identity away. How's it going, everybody? What's going on, man? Well, today was another good day to fight for justice, I would say. I know y'all think that it's kind of pointless, but a lot of stuff that people do in this world, especially government, is really pointless. So our pointless against their pointless. Whose side are you taking? So we do the best we can with what we have. We don't have much, but our voices and our able bodies and our free will to fight for what we believe. They know that if it really happens, it won't stop. It's like it's happening now, but when it kickstart, you ain't gonna be able to stop it. This is gonna be something that you're gonna fight for every day, like literally, like probably every single day. Seriously, really. We fight for what we believe in. And like, what do y'all believe in? We believe in that this world is based on Christopher Columbus ain't really what it seems to be. It's really not. Honest to God, true. As far as all the other countries with free healthcare and education, and the United States supposed to be the greatest, the greatest country in the world. What they're great for? Chaos, confusion, delusion, guidance. It's just a lot of BS. And we've been worshiping only because we stand on the ground. Think about people that seeing us from overseas. They struggling. They think we struggling harder than we struggling. And we think we struggling harder than they struggling. It's all perception. The government and social media and the world news, period, paint the pictures. So if you really understand, like if you understand that, you get that, and you know the reason why we out here and what we doing, what we got to do. Like, damn, y'all ain't doing nothing. Shit, your ass, Ferguson didn't do nothing, did he? Never forget where you came from. Never forget where it started at. We still burning off the flame and the fire of the Darren Wilson case. Right?
Well, that was just the flare-up of that. It was going on. It was just going on under the scenes.
I'm just speaking from my point of view.
Right.
I wasn't a protester when the revolution.
Not even protesting. I just mean like the hundreds of years that led up to the flare-up of Ferguson. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying the awakening of me
you personally.
and a lot of my peers was through Mike Brown. It's probably always been in us, but at the same time, it's like it was never a time to be shown because time wasn't right. So we just always had it in us. Now we actually making it happen. The world is seeing us now like, wow, they're not stopping. Maybe we might give a push or extra shove to the place they really need it. It's gonna fight. It's gonna help us fight that little state or that little city, that little town. That's gonna help us fight. We'll come together. Because once you start combining states together, oh man, it's over. It's coming. Expect us for real. Like,
bringing up some good points, man. Tying it all the way back to colonialism and Christopher Columbus, which is truth.
Based on bullshit. How the hell is it supposed to be the greatest country in the world, but y'all always on bullshit? Dude, the greatest country in the world is supposed to let Negroes die through the hands of the ones that's supposed to love and protect and serve us. That's some bullshit. That ain't right, man. That's some falsified, lying-ass, bald-faced bullshit. Now I'm gonna call it how I see it. Fuck all that. You can't tell me that. What we great for? BS, man. Just nothing. Pain, suffering, agony, no respect for no other person or country or individual itself. How many people we to put down based on the knowledge of the government understanding, but not the people understanding on the ground? Come on, man. The people run the government, you hear me? But even we thinking to ourselves that the our people that over different countries, the government is running them, but at the same time they don't know that they really run the government. So it's always from a peasant point of view to a higher anarchy. Like, it's BS, you hear me? Like how we on the ground and they up there. Come on now. It's not right. It's not right, bro. It's not.
Well, thanks for talking to me, Dante. Your energy is inspiring to many. I know it. To me, and I know people watching too. So keep it up, man. All right, folks. So I'm gonna bring down the live feed now. I don't think there's anything else going on today, but always stay tuned to Twitter, Facebook. If I go live, you'll find out first there. Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to donate if you want to and can, but don't forget to check out RebZ.tv for our new articles. We got some more stuff coming out this week to keep your eye on, and I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day.
I got some water. No.